Hi, it's Gabrielle Lichterman, founder of Hormonology and creator of the Hormone Horoscope apps. I have a really big and exciting announcement today. After 20 years or more as a full-time women's health journalist, I am now leaving my job behind so that I can focus solely on hormonology, which means I now get to devote all my time to hormonology, and that means a lot more exciting hormonology tools and tips and newsletters and blog posts and infographics are coming down the pike. Now, this was a really big decision for me. I've been a women's health journalist for, as I said, over 20 years, and I love my job. I love what I do. I love sharing useful health information with women and helping them change their lives for the better. But I love hormonology even more. And it got to the point where I was juggling a very, very full-time job, a job that is way more than 40 hours a week. It just requires a lot of research and a lot of writing, and I love it. But it kept crowding out hormonology and what I could do. And it kept taking up more and more time, and it got to the point where I had to choose. It was either stay as a women's health journalist full-time or focus solely on hormonology. And I just decided hormonology needs me more. There are a lot of women's health journalists out there, but there's just one hormonology. And women and girls need to know how their hormones impact their moods, health, and behavior all cycle long. And I can do that. And I want to do that. And I want to help you do that too. And really the only way that I can make that happen was by making this huge leap. And I'm really excited to do it. I'm really excited about the future, and I'm really excited about the new tools that I've been working on that I haven't been able to complete because I've been working a full-time job at the same time. So now I'll be able to complete those important hormonology tools and deliver those to you. Now, because, I love helping make everybody's lives better, I couldn't have a video without a tip, a hormonology tip. So I'm going to share a hormonology tip with you that I'm using right now during this major life change. If you want to make a big leap in your life, if you thought about moving to a new city, starting school, or changing jobs, and you've been waffling back and forth and you just haven't made that move, I have a hormone trick for you. One that actually my husband recommended. My husband, Douglas, knows hormonology inside and out, so he can tap into how to help me with my own cycle, which is really handy. So during your week 2, which is the week leading up to and including ovulation, high and rising estrogen pumps you full of courage and bravery and confidence and daring do and impulsiveness and basically everything you need to make a big leap, like right off the cliff, like who knows what the future holds. But week 2, of course, you're more likely to make that leap because you have all this hormone-driven, confidence. But that is short-lived. That week 2 bump in confidence is really short-lived because once week 3 arrives, boom, estrogen drops, and progesterone rises, and that combination makes you much more cautious. It makes you a little bit more worried about the future, about making this plan. In fact, it's a complete 180. You really go from week 2 like, yeah, I can do this, But if you wait too long and you get to your week 3, it's like, oh, yeah, maybe not. And then right behind that is your premenstrual week 4. And I think we all know what happens in premenstrual week 4, right? You get stressed and anxious and negative and pessimistic. In your mind, nothing you try could possibly work out right? And that's due to plunging estrogen, creating an imbalance in mood moderating chemicals in the brain. It's not your fault, it's just biology. So what can you do? How can you hold on to this desire and this motivation to make a big change in your life when really only in week 2 is when you have that, that bravery, that courage to really dive, to really just go straight for it? Well, Douglas, my husband, had a really good suggestion. He said, film yourself during your week 2 talking to your other use in your other weeks of your cycle. So it would be week 2 talking to week 3 gab, week 2 gab talking to week 4 gab, week 2 talking to week 1 gab. So basically you're filming yourself during your week 2, giving yourself a pep talk and reminding yourself of all the reasons why this leap is worth it and how you can do it because you are perfectly set up. And if not, you know what? You can come up with a plan B, plan C, plan D. You can figure it out. You've got this. You can do this. You've got the energy, the willpower, and the motivation. If things don't work out right, you can fix it. So I did this. I filmed myself during my week 2, giving myself a pep talk, and I put on a song in the background, a little anthem song to keep myself revved. And it's on my computer, so I've already watched it kind of a couple dozen times, and I find it helpful. I find it helpful to hear me remind me that I can do this. And in my video, I included examples of big leaps that I've made in the past that worked out, where I just trusted myself and it worked out. I backpacked through Europe a couple of times, pre-internet, didn't know any foreign languages, little Fringlish, which is French and English, which the French hate, evidently. But I have made some major leaps in my career before. So I have made leaps and I have been successful. So I reminded myself of that I can do this. And you can too. So I keep my video on my computer so that when I'm feeling a little bit of doubt about, this major move I'm making, I can watch it and hear me and get motivated. So I thought I'd share that tip with you so that when you are ready to make a big change, whatever it is, your career, school, where you live, in your relationships, whatever, that you can give yourself your own pep talk. All right. Well, I hope you're as excited as I am about what the future holds for Hormonology. If you haven't signed up for my free newsletter at myhormonology.com, do so now, because I'm going to have a lot of new tips coming down the pike, a lot of new hormonology guides, new research. There's so much stuff I've been wanting to write about that I just haven't had the time. And now I have the time. And of course, there's going to be some major hormonology tools coming soon. So again, sign up for my free newsletter at myhormonology.com to learn all about it. And thank you so much for all your support. You guys have been amazing. And it's really a lot of the reason I'm making this change to focusing solely on hormonology is because I get so many emails and messages all day long about how hormonology has changed people's lives for the better. So I think that it's worth this this leap, and hopefully you'll be there with me to make this leap too. All right, thanks so much, and I look forward to the next video chat.